I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with the memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. So that's where we're going now. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kinda quiet around here today. You're right. The chief of the detectives here is the same though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right. We can come back here later. Okay, police department entrance then. Howdy, Bambino. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambino? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. I have no idea, Mina. This guy must be negligent as hell. Sorry, but I can't let go into the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why the prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Huh. Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of those facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife we found with the broken tip? That's Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not perfect with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that the knife was not a murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? What are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, is second in command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged that for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Not to mention that Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret's too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret? It all started 2 years ago. I got the looks, but he's got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I'd just make detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? It's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must really have been close with his brother. The day the Diesel 9 incident took place, that was the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years had gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone's tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There is one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used the falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. So, that was that. Now we can go here. This place is always pretty empty, but today is deserted. How is it everyone's busy solving crimes? Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Uh-huh, thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and a decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth. Not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, would I have to look around Chief Gant's office? Just use the connecting hallway on the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I can see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Whoa, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it says on the door. Check out the pipe organ. It's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I thought I was a genius until they tried to teach me notes. I never could remember where C was. Hmm? Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. Oh, righto! So, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. With my hands full too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil and me. So, this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it though. Can any of you see what's wrong with this picture? I'll just give you a little bit before I continue. Oh, we're just going up to Chief Gant's office. That is a description, yes, Pix. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to log up here, so get out together. Let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case is long since been over. There's no need to investigate anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It's here that case isn't over with just yet after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us to looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. You mean, Miss May? Oh yeah, Miss... you mean, Reed White? So, we're now going to go over to the underground parking lot. No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. So, going up here. Oh. No, he makes leaps of faith, rather. Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. He took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. So I guess we'll just have to come back later. We need to find Gumshoe. Where? Nope, not here. Nope. Okay. There you are. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No, what do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the two battles between you in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence of 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yeah, he does need a hug. Yikes. But why would Mr. Edgeworth be to blame? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going on around about Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from all those who don't like him. But now, with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work! Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint someplace, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems like you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He genuinely seems concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized that Emma was the girl. That's when he left behind his the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with a murder weapon. I forget. Look, it's all written here somewhere, okay? His powers of recollections never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might just jog his memory. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. Businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Oh. Killed a man... this goes too fast for me to read, actually. Joy came about the scene the crime was killed as well. He finally turned himself in. Seems like he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Drake was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. Gumshoe. Like he's just kind of chuckling there, and it's like, he doesn't read the atmosphere at all. That last witness. AKA Emma. I mean, the Gumshoe is dense as a brick. About this. Hey, is that? It has tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in his locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget it again. This knife. It was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at that knife, you'll see it's broken. But you don't have to take a good look at it to notice that. Yeah, well anyway, take a guess where this was broken tip was of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet. Down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. No, it's not about money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief is out now and his office is locked, but we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What, really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'll be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'll be canned. Oh, sorry pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So, in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Pickpocket! Let's see, what was it we need to present with this guy? This one, I believe. That's the ID card record, isn't it? Yes. There's only one number left to investigate. At 4:20 p.m., the victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive officer number. 777777777. That's 1 7 too many, Detective. An executive officer, I just might have a hunch. Okay, so that wasn't that. Okay. You know Officer Marshall? Of course I do. He was like a mentor to me. When I first started out, he even gave me a small cactus. Really? He said, Dick, she'll listen to all your troubles. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe talks like to a cactus. Hard to believe it's just a patrolman now. So I'll trade places with him. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Okay. About that jar. I think I've seen it somewhere before. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This must be one of the most uninformed detectives I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office, and he's yelling at me. Chief Gaunt? Where could I have seen that before? Ah, maybe it's this one. Nope. Oops, nope. I don't think there's anything here I have to, like, look at. Unless there's something here. Nope. Let's see. Oh, lost item report, hmm? Very impressive, detective. You know what it was right at the bat. Well, I'm a master of misplacement, you know. Master? That's such a cool ring to it. The way I see it, if things are meant to be lost, then they're meant to be lost. There's a higher power at work here. Wow, a higher power. Maybe I shouldn't let him hold any evidence. Okay, let's see the photograph. Hmm. Yeah, the first one. This one, you mean? Wait. This one? Okay. That's the photos Miss Starlo took. Anything you can tell us about it? That Miss Star is quite a lady. I remember it was winter. I was 16. She was the only one who would ever talk to me about what happened. 16? That's how old I am now. What happened? I wanted Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in high school too. I actually can't remember what we have to like talk to. Oh, wait a minute. Could I actually just present this one? No. I actually can't remember. I suppose you're right there, Pix. I can't remember what we are supposed to do here. Ah. No, I didn't, unless it's the class trial, but then I don't. No, I didn't. I haven't seen it. I just like know where the next game starts. I'll look into it. I mean, I do have it on my my desktop here. Duncan Raphael. Is there anything else about this thing? There is something here, I just can't remember what I had to do with it. I think I've already taken this. No. I just can't remember what this part is. We're going to need to represent something. I tried the ID card record.